What's going on, everyone? It's Chronosweets of the Arcadia Network, logging in, pressing start on our brand new video, and we are back in Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2. Right now, we have Phase 3 active, and we are going to continue to do so. So, last time we had a silvery smile of betrayal, I must say indeed, but we also had a bit of a whoopsie-daisy with the recording fashion of the video. Now, I'd like to go into quickly, before we go into this talking set, how I actually fixed it, because I didn't use anyone else's edit. Yeah, I'm streaming this on Twitch right now, and whenever I do these stories, I tend to stream them on Twitch. I wonder where the actual full existing of the recording is. Can't be a live stream that you can edit down. Yeah, I was an idiot. For 2 days straight, I forgot that I could do that. Feel free to laugh. Feel free to have a joke. But we got it, and that's what counts. So let's frickin' go. I have played around with the sounds again, so if it is bad, I am sorry. I will be watching the audio this time. So, we'll go with that. Kiana? Some say the future is just another word for fear. Without such a deep connection between them, they probably find it difficult to explain why fear is so difficult to eradicate. But sometimes, things can be viewed from different perspectives. In some languages, yesterday and tomorrow are in fact the same word. Therefore, by reversing yesterday and tomorrow, and everything in between, by some standards, this seemingly impossible task is surprisingly easy to accomplish. Hello, Donig. It's been pulled out. But ignoring his power and allowing them to scatter around afterward. So be it. The power left in the nail was insignificant anyway. I hope this is alright. And it's like the voice isn't too loud. Truth be told, they were just saving me time. I knew it wasn't dog saying that. Wait, that was the dog speak? What the fuck? Nothing can be done about it. That self-sacrifice a century ago made me a different kind of being. Humans could choose. Preserve the power of the 7 nails. But no matter how you put it, it's just human power. Not even worth mentioning. But the pool of shadows, whether it's my burial place or my remains, for you, it's a formidable power worth obtaining. Litost. It's been a while. Never thought a dead man would reappear here, right? For a while, it seemed that no one could tell whether the surprise it revealed at this moment was due to the other seeing through its plan, or simply because of the other's appearance. As sung in the poems of later generations, without a doubt, the man before them. He eliminated all his will and desires, all glory and pain. He should not, and cannot, possibly be standing here. Not really. It was only a matter of time. True, we should have known that. If we don't die together, we'll just have to live together. And they were roommates. Pathetic. But when the moment comes, I hope there's a more intimate audience. The Tusk, you've been gone for too long. To me, the entire pool of shadows isn't worth having, but it's already in my grasp. You never had the reputation of sacrifice, so why would you think the true owner of this power needed to obtain it themselves? I hope so. If what you said is true, then why did you have to return right now? You tried very hard to leave this place, didn't you? I did what needed to be done. For the fragile city, the imprint I left on it is enough. So that print is you? I hope so. I thought you were trying to never see me again. You're not that important. Oh, you think so? Then who is? I don't think you can wield the pool of Shadow's full power, but no one can match its power regardless. Likewise, even you have moments when you're not so dumb. Yes. No individual is worthy, but what about the world before you? I knew it. You're just after fairness, aren't you? You'll never find out. Soon, everything before you will no longer exist, or rather, no longer exist as it does now. As you know, this place can only be risen through destruction, and then you can die where you belong. It's very hard to get context as to like what that actually. Oi! I turned my alarm to mute. It should not have gone off there. My apologies, everyone. It's hard to say where they're going with sentences in this game, especially when there's no English dub. Meanwhile, or slightly later, a grand beam of starlight once again connected the sky and the earth, heralding the return of multiple girls with an ominous aura, as if it was signaling an impending auto-apocalypse. Hey, we're back! At least the landing was smooth this time. Believe me, even jumping out the sky isn't going to cause any problems. Time is ticking. Shall we leave now? Do we know where to go? Based on the clues, the dog should be able to walk between these two locations, right? Whether our goal is clear depends on how you see it. For example, considering the Krona's physical condition. Hello? My name is just Krona. It is not the Krona. I am not an individual. I am not that big. I opted for an approach that put efficiency over safety. If you'd all prefer a safer investigation... Hold on a second. How about you describe your plan in as much detail as possible, then say why you choose it, and its pros and cons. After it says out loud, you won't be surprised why I asked that. Alright, as you wish. First, allow me to introduce the efficient plan. In this plan, you have to find Donique as quickly as possible, so without enough clues, we'll have to guess where it is. Not so long ago, Coralie pulled out one of the 7 nails with my help. To make an impact as controllable as possible, we chose the one belonging to Litrost. In its current form, the power inside is pretty much negligible. However, things are different for Donique. Based on my observations, it would never allow another to touch Lifrost's relic. Because of that, Deling rushed there while we sneaked back to Oxia. It's been some time, hasn't it? Do we really have to go there now? I understand your concern, but it's better than aimlessly running around in the name of efficiency. Alright, so what's the safer plan? Simple. Krona, would you like me to find a grave for you and Song? It won't be difficult. Miss Song can check the location herself. After taking care of you both, we can search every inch of Lank and Oxia to ensure nothing goes wrong. Now I know why you asked that, Coralie. That's who Perception is. It's a good thing Song isn't here. Otherwise she'd be knocking on wood and murmuring about her fortune smiling down on her. On who? The way Song introduced you before, it only seems right to call you aunt. Wait, what do you mean it's a good thing that Song isn't here? Didn't we come together? Where is she? Huh? Did she land on me? The girl who crash landed from the sky answered to the crowd. Although no one could accurately explain the origin of the Anchor of Apocalypse, at least for now, every time it's activated as a pathway, it would drop one of the travelers, who would then become oblivious when casually thrown into another world. It becomes sort of a standard procedure. Oh, Fortune dials down on me. Fortune smiles down on me. I knew she'd say that. Are you okay, Song? You're Chu, so you should be fine, right? Sure. After barely standing up, a frown grew on her face as she fell down again, seeming to have twisted a part of her body. Is anyone interested in carrying a shoe for a while? I have to say, I'm starting to doubt the value of shoes. Maybe it's a good thing. Our opponent was probably beaten by shoes once. Can we set off now? Yeah, let's go and take a look first. Hey, wait for me, I haven't gotten up yet. Right, we are needed. Oh, over here. So why don't we just teleport? She can fall on her ass all she likes. We're teleporting. Later, Leos. Wait a minute. This place seems... Huh? What's wrong, Krona? Strange. We passed through this area when we came to Lanku, but compared to then, the corruption of the sea of data in this place seems much more severe now. That sounds about right. Although it wasn't to the point of chaos. We did dismantle one of the pillars supporting the sky and the earth. So without the balance of the shadows, all of Lanku will likely become like this at some point. And on the other hand, those that are similar to the authorities, like the shadows, will go beyond control in excessive circumstances. Yeah, like yin and yang in the 5 elements. Beyond control. Can you be more specific? I assume beyond control means doing too much might be disastrous as not doing enough. Song, can you turn off its audio reader? We have our own intelligent translation software. What do you mean by audio reader and software? Looks like you still need my help. No, it's not important. Let's get back on topic. This talk of being beyond control is just a mere speculation. We know nothing about the nature of shadow. But it's similar to the authority. Based on various past cases, we have a reason to use Earth and common sense to predict its next move, which is spawning heretics. So, we're worried about the same thing. If the heretic on Earth could destroy an entire continent alone, that'd spell doomsday for a bubble universe. Wow. Senna, can you understand what they're talking about? No, actually, not just that. Even our perception, Shen and you. Skilled people always use certain words that regular folk can't understand, but I'm pretty much kind of used to that thing by now. Oh, it's like when people who are speaking in dialects have accents. The more we listen, the more we understand. True! You have a talent for working with me in that aspect. Song, this doesn't add up. Huh? This area is continuously being corrupted by the sea. In other words, the nail hasn't recovered since Coralie and I left. Are you saying that Donnie never returned here? It can't be. How can you be so sure? Just because it's a dog, doesn't that mean it has to be loyal to its owner? Well, that's hard to tell. They do have a strange relationship, let me put it this way. Even if they wanted to tell us the truth, we might not dare believe it. Generally speaking, people use the term karmic affinity to summarize such inexplicable relationships. Something's odd. It's a variable in your plan, but it might also make our investigation more valuable. You need to be more careful. Whoop! Well, we better take care of them, mightn't we? And now hopefully the combat's not going to be too loud, but the voices will be hearable. And since last time I can use this at least once. So yes, I have Song. I think I showed her off last time that we have her. But I didn't really get much combat ability to show it off. So, now I get the whole opportunity. Which feels nice, honestly. I know we need to be cautious, but this place looks quite safe. Golly, how do you pull it out? It seems okay just by looking at it. What on earth? What's the matter, Krona? It's a normal phenomenon. 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 Although you can't see it, the power released when it's pulling out the nail still lingers here. For those entangled by the 10 faces of misery, it's no different from a kind of allergen. Then you should have said sooner. Hey, Krona, is there anything else you'd like to eat? I'll take you right away. Nope, I'm too busy having a sneezing fit. Don't worry. You're far from the sacrifice. Unless you live long enough. Otherwise, apart from that strange being called perception, you probably won't get to witness it again. However, not getting to witness it is a torment to some people. Who's talking? I guess you mean, who am I? You've heard my voice and seen how I look. Unfortunately, that wasn't me. Then who the hell are you? We're off to see the doggo, the magical doggo of Shadow. You know, I've had nightmares like this before. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm not. It is a dog. That bitch didn't have a leash. Among all 10 faces of misery, this dog is the most ferocious. So you are Latost. No, I'm not. But to you I am. Latost, the Shua sacrifice, passed away ages ago. Yeah, no shit. He's dead. Long dead. 5 foot under. 10 foot shorter than me. Well, 10.7 foot. He spent an entire life trying to make his life one that left no trace, but I'm still here. People say that he cleans up any of his traces no matter what. I love your cape, sir, by the way. In that era, people couldn't find a shred of evidence of his existence, even though many had heard of his name. Even other members of the Shu once considered him a mere urban legend. So it's ironic that I'm still here. Who are you exactly? For you, I'm Latost. Forget about it. I'm just helping Donnie protect his poor privacy. So, Mr. Unknown, what brings you here to me? Greeting a man at his grave like this might seem a tad inappropriate, don't you think? But being direct has its benefits. At this moment, the 10 faces of misery curse on you is causing a transformation to my appearance, and connecting the fate of the beast of sacrifice to you with my voice. As for what will happen, we'll find out. I'm gonna transform into a beast. Woo! Huh? Ooh! That symbol again, of all places! No need to worry. Krona doesn't seem hungry, and with both Song and I present, this allergen isn't too dangerous. What are you talking about? It's about your condition. Are you feeling better now? What do you mean by feeling better now? Ah! Krona told everyone about the encounter with Latost. Huh? Is that true? He said all that to you in less than a minute. Less than a minute? Yeah, you suddenly fell off just now, and we were thinking about what to do. But then you went back to normal again shortly after. A day in the world, 1,000 years in the shadow. it's easy enough to get. However, everything related to Litrost is hard to understand. Unlike Honest Song and me, he's dedicated to deceiving the world, despite you two being the ones of deception, huh? But regardless of his intentions, if they are truly in some connection between Krona and Duanig, can't we use this to find out where he's hiding? It might be difficult in the short term. According to Oxia, we need a source matter extractor to do it. To build such a device in Lanku, we need at least... Can we use this? A portable source matter extractor. It's designed to allow someone to dig into the sea of data. But it's still in the 0.1 trial version, which has multiple extraction flaws. That's why there are only 3 of these in the whole world. Professor Yu Yun, Shen, and I each have one for testing. Flaws aside, what can it do? Although it's bad at extracting, it's relatively successful at scanning the information carried by the source matter, so if we use it to track Duanig, its actually effectiveness may depend on how similar Shadow is to the source matter. Well, I think they're quite similar. I haven't personally touched what you call the source matter, but from what I can tell, it creates things just out of nothing, just like shadows. Perhaps, according to you, the shadow is a special kind of source matter. Okay. A few moments later. A few moments indeed. Alright, it's done. Oh my god, we have another little flying companion! It's Honkai Star Rail with a flying companion! Woo! Cambrian 534. I thought it would stay in the Sea of Data forever. I didn't know Krona's Martian device could be transplanted like this. Firstly, it's not the Cambrian. It's the Cambrian 535. Secondly, this is just a docking, not a transplant. They only share simulated signals. Well, I don't understand. But his machine is quite extraordinary. If we could use this to show Feng Shui from back then we're done here. You'll have to teach me how to fly this thing. Oh, the face she's giving. She's like, ooh, money, money, money. Money! No. Beep, beep, scanning dog, following dog, beep, boop, dog lost, dog found. Oh, hello. Bombs! Here it comes again. Wait, what is that? Is that a monster from my shadow? Of course, the time of his misery that plagued you was connected to Duo. I'm just gonna call him Duo. But it's odd that you just leave traces, leaving traces enough to cause such an anomaly. The Duo of the past shouldn't be this powerful. Is it linked to the nail? Yeah, the fact though that I went to kick the ball and it just went, nah, we're not letting you kick that, was an insult to me. Oh, it's my favorite kind of enemy, aka the spin to win enemy. One of my favorite types. Oh, oh. Fire in the hole. 1, 2, 3. Bring out song. Boom. Gather them for one big. Get this out. And whack. Alright, Alright, dog, where'd you go? Where'd you go, doggo? Where'd you go? Ha! I smell you! You smell of wet dog! You can't escape me! Did he go into... He went into town. Just, don't follow me. I totally meant to do that. That was not an accident. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm finally back. To be honest, I've seen and experienced quite a lot, but it's more comfortable in this realm. There's no place like home. Well, that troublemaker duo, Duolingo, seems to have come to your home too. Strange. We haven't detected any traces of it since we arrived here. It's probably because of the fear gathering. Makes sense. When the average concentration of the detected object is too high, the system's threshold is automatically raised. Traces that were recognizable before might not be so now, and here, shadows is everywhere. In other words, we're chasing a drop of water and accidentally fell into a pond? Oh, this is tricky. Should we skip this place and try our luck in other exits on the street? There's no need for that. I've got this, just lay back and watch. Calling Amber Street my turf might be a bit of exaggeration, but after making a living here for so many years, people are familiar with me. I know everything that happens on this street. Is that so? I travel by relying on good connections. Anyway, I'll take to ask around first. We can use Helia's way later if we don't find anything. As the Shadow of the Toss said, Greta will be fine for the time being. Speaking of that, Amber Street's an interesting place. We lost 2 people the first time we came here, and the dog the second time. Is there some kind of rule here? I'd say. Let's go. We might lose face standing here like this. Well, at least she didn't say lose our lives. I guess that's a good start. Your sense of humor's a bit off. I don't have a sense of anything. Literally. Just follow me, everyone. It'll be fine. I missed all of that dialogue. My bad. Hi. Uncle Q, how you been, lady? Feeling any better? Oh, Master Song. I was just looking for you. I knew you wouldn't die that easily. That's for sure. Wait, let's start over. I died? Oh, so it was an act. There was that actor who was acting mysteriously. Shortly after you went missing, he went around saying you died in an accident, and that he'd buried you himself. He described it very vividly. I see. He really knows how to do business. Start chaos among the crowds to make profits. That explains it as an intentional act after we came back. Let's not worry about him, Uncle. Have you heard? Heard what? Looks like we're not too late. Have you seen Duo recently? Duo? Not at all. It never came to Amber Street, did it? In the past, yes. The League's temper's changed a lot recently. Now no one knows where it is, and it might harm people. I was trying to deal with this before. How come? How are things now? Since I'm handling this myself, everything will be fine. But when I was about to bring it back, I hesitated for a moment and took a chance to escape. It's not a big deal, but for the safety of the neighborhood, we came back to hand out a few things. Here, take this. It's Shadow Locating 7 Colors Flame Plume. If you happen to run into Duo, just pull this lightning talisman and it'll keep you safe. Wow, Master Song. This is so valuable. Shouldn't there be 2 to make it a pair? Relax, I made this myself. 1 is enough. Right, I should check some other places. Take care, Uncle. Whoa, Song. Why didn't you use that flame something before? It's a flare, watch, it's just a flare. Don't tell me you haven't figured out what it is. Is that a whoop? Sonic doing another jump scare, I see. Is that a firework or a signal flare? The former, of course. I love places with a bit of hustle and bustle. If that's the hustle and bustle, you mean... Are they your informants? Half the effort, double the results, right? It would take too long to tell them exactly what happened. I did it purely out of good intentions. I would have sold that firework at a good price before. That's what we call recouping costs. Alright, Uncle Q mentioned that there should be more informed sources. Lead the way! Drop to Helia for a minute. That's the person who buried us. The girl stood in front of the man silently. What's wrong? Do you feel like you've seen a ghost? I mean, she just jump scared, so you know. Oh, Master Song, you're okay. Everyone's been worried sick about you these days. Yeah, and by these days, you mean I've only been away for half a day, right? Don't exaggerate. Well, I'm not here to start trouble. I have some important matters to take care of. Haven't you heard? I'm not trying to scare you, but... What the girl said sounded rather familiar. That's... The man gazed at the people present. Master, a moment perhaps? Oh, so you're cautious. Sure, sure. Excuse us, everyone. I'll be right back. Doesn't she have any other tricks? Adapting to the circumstance isn't easy after all. Well, regarding Shu, according to what we understand, it's implied that they were beings beyond mortal, just like Latost. But so far, the only one we've met here is... Guys, a little help here? The girl's voice came from the corner. It was a rather short conversation. Help! Something happened? Should we go check it out? The girl had many guesses about what they were going to see before arriving at the corner. They knew that Song's attempt to get so much for so little was never going to work. However... Huh? Why are you wearing that expression? Song, are you helping him move? I think it looks more like a robbery. In the blink of an eye, the actor who had made a living by scaring others was nowhere to be found. And an astonishing number of Lanku currencies had been left next to the girl. What? All my activities are completely legitimate. The guy insisted on giving them to me. I tried to refuse him. Is this what you'd call selling at a good price? Not really. I just let something slip and mentioned some recent events casually, but he misunderstood and thought we brought back some get-rich-quick scheme. After showing his gratitude, he stuffed all the shadows he earned into my hands. It's just a big misunderstanding. No one got strong-armed into selling. So, is this part of the plan? Some sort of callback? It's more like seeing a good opportunity and going along with it. That guy is the second richest on Amber Street, but he's extremely stingy. Someone needed to do something so these riches can start circulating. Rest assured, we didn't delay anything related to Chrono. Got any new clues? Yeah, the guy didn't spread rumors without a reason. The noise from activating the pathway was too loud and caused some chaos on Amber Street. For them, the pathway's only been opened once in recent years. Luckily, a respected elder on the street spoke of a few words to persuade the people to settle down while I was gone. An elder, but not a Shu. It'd be great if he was. Then we could have hand duo to him to deal with. But over the years, he could be regarded as a regular human. It was almost equivalent to a Shu. Either way, let's go find him. Give me that. Thank you so very much. Huh? Huh? But excuse me? Scudder? This person? Have I seen him somewhere before? Didn't he die? So? Are you staying in Lanku? It's my home. Where else would I be? I heard about the chaos the pathway caused. Sorry for the trouble. Oh. I thought you may have changed your mind. Changed my mind? I may know little about many things, but the last time the pathway opened, it was to help you regain freedom. That's probably not a secret for someone who lived long enough. I thought you finally regretted refusing Littlest's goodwill. No, it was Duo. I don't know what happened, but it suddenly opened a pathway by itself and went into the area where we got separated. Oh, you mean Oxia? Yeah, and it hurt one of my friends. Have you seen Duo recently? No. Besides, in everyday life, I haven't paid any attention to the shadows for a long time. But if it's Duo, Song, shouldn't you have anticipated this? No one knows whether Duo was on our side, willingly or under someone's control except for Litost himself. Duo is a monster from the shadows after all. Although you may not have changed your mind, it might not be the same for it. Are you suggesting that Duo is preparing to become one of the 10 Faces of Misery again? I can't say for sure. I'm just reminding you of its nature. It's been a whole century. Would it really have waited until now? Perhaps it lacked an opportunity. Or perhaps some things take this long to fester. Still, I may not be the smartest, but I'm sure no one knows what Duo thought about Litost's death. But Litost planned carefully that himself. That's true, but put aside Duo, who was the closest to him. Even when you or I acknowledge and respect something, can we really accept it? Duo, could it be? It was looking for a way to bring Litost back to life? No one can say for sure. Besides, considering Litost has his own free will, we can't even guess if Duo's motivation. Your theory might be completely wrong. True. So, could you do me a favor? If you see him, please find a way to tell us immediately. Just use the fireworks I borrowed from you before. You just called the lanterns big time research fireworks? Well, it's hard to find any use for them now. It's fine. Thanks a lot. Oh, by the way, I don't know how deep your investigation has been, but from what I can tell, the chaos today wasn't caused by the pathway. I think someone's been pulling at the 7 nails one by one. And at least 2 have already been pulled out. I was planning to check them out myself, but now, if it's really Duo, an ordinary person like me should stay away from those nails. I wonder if Duo didn't fix the nails. Could it really be? Alright, let's go take a look ourselves. Thanks. I'll treat you to a nice meal later. Forget about it. You're always nowhere to be found when the bill comes. Oh dear, time's running out. We better hurry. See ya! Ah, this is so troublesome. What, that you don't pay? That's troublesome. I thought the Duo couldn't wait to go outside and play. Turns out, it's not that simple. That gentleman before seemed more professional than you. Do you think? Well, you're not wrong, I guess. Even though he's not a Sue, he was a professional who dealt with shadows in his youth, so of course he knows and understands more than me. So, what did you learn from him? You seem to suddenly have an idea. Well, where should I start? Right, even without saying it, I'm pretty sure everyone probably already knows it. Unlike the other shoes, Litost has been dead for over a century, which is since the day Lanku was separated from Oxia. And it was his choice to die alone. That was Litost's only wish. Everyone can understand that to some extent. Well, more or less. But Duo didn't even show up on the day he died. And no one knew where it went. just disappeared. Even the next day, Duo acted as if nothing had happened. It didn't even mention Latos, its former master. I can't tell if it did it to maintain Latos' wish to disappear without a trace. I think what the gentleman said just now is more accurate. When you acknowledge it and respect something, it doesn't necessarily mean you can truly accept it. Right, maybe after an entire century it's feeling more and more regret? But if this is the reason, then why would it target Oxia? Could it be the opposite? Because Duo saw something in Oxia? It started thinking about bringing its master back to life? On perception, what do you think? Firstly, I strongly recommend you all ask me through a more clear-cut manner. As for Dulunga's purpose, like all of you, I have no idea. But that existence unrelated to us, trying to pull out the 7 nails, I think only Duo can do that. In fact, aside from those shoes that are asleep, only Duo and I can pull out the nails. What will happen if all nails are pulled out? Have you never played Earthbound? Gygus. No, it's not Gygus. The World Ends. I was thinking of Earthbound, not Mother 3. No, nothing serious. The 10 faces of misery will reappear in the world, and shadows once restrained turn into tools by the shoes will gain their freedom. Things like that. Life will surely be destroyed, and after overflowing this place, it may continue to conquer 30 or 50 other verbal universes. Just that. Bro, what the fuck? What the hell, guy? Do you think your safety mechanism is a bit too hasty for such a dangerous thing? You don't have to listen to its fear-mongering. The shoes may be asleep, but besides Latos, they're all still here in this world. You wouldn't let the shadows cause such a big mess. Even if all 7 nails anchoring the world are pulled out, nothing disastrous will happen right away. The system has its own inertia, and it's not that easy to displace. True, I might have exaggerated a bit. I struggle to appreciate your untimely sense of humor. Alright, at least our goal just became much clearer now. Even its duo pulling out each of those nails will require a considerate amount of effort. We can definitely catch up to it, especially saying this. The girl's tone took on a hint of confidence. There's probably a nail that Duo can't pull out. Ah, we finally get to explore this next bit of the map, I hope. Please? Please, can we go and explore the next bit of the map? Oh. Yeah! Finally, the entire map is mine. I can finally, in between streams, go through the entire map and get everything. Activate that. Ah, these are stuff. I forgot about these, right? I see it. Thank you. I will be accepting all the treasure now. Because I am going to start saving now for Familia. I'll admit, I did try and pull over the last week for the final Missile 10 item, Stigmata. I did not get it. Instead, I got one for Gryso. So I've decided next time it comes up, then I'll do it. So for now, though, I'm going to start saving up for the next patch. What? Man, I absolutely ate shit there. Thank you for the chest. I will take that. I will, however, walk up here because I see this over here and I am interested in this over here. I'm not an idiot. I know when there are things hidden from me and I want to grab the things that are hidden from me. Don't like it? Tough luck. It's yours, my friend, but only if you have enough rupees. Oh, the door seems locked until from the other side. Same with this one, I'm guessing. Yeah. Right, let's get our last location for now. The eroded ruins with 24. Okay, there's definitely more over here as well. Right, but what if it was over there and this dark river? Are they both shadows too? Indeed, but if you fall inside, it'll be much more dangerous than falling into water. Oh dear. So, about Latost, what exactly... Well, as much as I want to publicize Latost's deeds for everyone to know, but since his wish was to remain unknown, I'll keep quiet. After learning the truth, just staying in Lanku would make some people restless. And many businesses on Amber Street wouldn't be able to operate. Ooh. What secrets does the man behold? Whoops. Sorry, I'm used to that being my run button because of the old Honkai way of doing things. That used to be run. I'm used to that being run and nothing more, nothing less. Wah! Well, I need to do this later. I'm stumbling upon crates and crates, which is good. It's good to get the crates. I like these little phalanx dudes. What can I say? They're cute. Whoa, what's going on here with my health? Ah! Let's get out of here. I can go down there later and grab that. Nice and easy. I don't need to focus on it right now, do I? Ha ha ha. God damn it. Come on back, you. We'll focus on that kind of stuff later on. We have important things to do, like, I don't know, story. Oh, there's one over here. Grab that. Grab this. Why is there no music? That's very odd for there to be no music. Everyone, stop. Perception? Uh-oh, is perception gone quiet? Hey, perception. That's embarrassing for me. Apologies, I was just focused on feeling their shadows. Simply put, all of you have got to hurry up. Although traces of duo exist within the power gathering, the pool of shadows is still the source of all this. Oh dear. Big numbers! I love the big number hits. Ooh, we're gonna go over there. Feels like we're supposed to go roof to roof here. Okay, there is a lot for me to check here. And I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, elevator. Yes, please. It seems the result is the same as before. Did it pull out another nail? Yes. But it shouldn't be happening this quickly. Perhaps it's some kind of cheat code? Is that the right term? Well, right or wrong, don't we also have our own cheat codes? We think that the shadow here is some kind of source matter, right? Now, with so much shadow in front of us, we should be able to extract so much more information than before. That's true. So when you said cheat code, you meant our source matter extractor. That dog may know about song perception, but it can't know we have this card up our sleeves. Makes sense. Well, the cover of the Tossed Shadow, we can't ignore the allergen problem for a while. Alright, let me try. I regret trying! This hurts so goddamn much! Gah! And I'm dead. What's this? A stone tablet. I am reading it. Sorry, guys. I'm actually reading to try and understand this stuff a little bit. Okay. It seems to be my master's notes. I didn't know they were buried in the pool of shadows. But this saves a lot of lengthy explanations. Now you should know how the world of Lanku was born a century ago. Ah, what is it with the jump scares? So, did you follow this plan? Yes. Otherwise, we wouldn't be standing here. No wonder you said some people would get restless about this. All the rivers flowing through Lanku come from the blood of sacrifice of one person? Not necessarily. It was the case in the beginning, but except a few people, the Pool of Shadows is where most of them will end up. Where they will end up? Yeah. From the perspective of balance in the Great Eruption, the Pool of Shadows is not a cure after all. It's kind of a tradition. In their dying moments, they enter the Pool of Shadows on their own, or link their bodies to the Pool of Shadows in some form, and then disappear without a trace. I see. So people's fear of death allowed this place to continue to this day. That's one way of putting it. The process is a bit strange, but at least there's some kind of rule set. It seems we've also seen the deeds of this Latost Noxia. Oh, you weren't there at the time. It was when we used a relic to explore things related to ancestry through song. Wait, stop saying that he's a relic. My master's still in good health, and he's not that old. Oh, sorry. Anyway, after contacting Song, it can sporadically reproduce things related to Lanku. And the name Latos, the show of sacrifice, appeared often in those reoccurrences. Really? Did you see anything you shouldn't have? What are you referring to? Time and resources were quite limited back then. It was just using an AI system to get a general understanding of the text. If there's any keywords that I should avoid, maybe I should ask Shen to add them to the system later. Does that mean I still have to tell you the condensed version of the sensitive content? Still looking so confused. She's one of the 7 Sioux and a resident of Amber Street, so she may also have her privacy reproduced by that system. Anyway, back to the point at hand. The so-called 7 nails and their functions. Were they actually created by Latost's death? That's pretty much correct. They aren't like real nails that pin like we somewhere. Instead, using the power of the shoes, they nail the entire pool of shadows above Lanku to counteract the Great Eruption and prevent the corruption of the sea. As for the rest, perception, is there any way to make this easier for everyone to understand? That's a vague demand, but as you wish. What's this? Just some insignificant features. He wants to know what it's displaying. Alright. As you may have heard of the geographic term, the 4 quarters of Arteris, and the last 2 remaining quarters, Lanchu and Oxia, currently exist in the state you see them. The structures should be quite obvious. From top to bottom, there are the current Oxia, Lanchu, where you are now, And the sea is trying to engulf everything. So the red is the sea trying to engulf things. Although the physical world isn't categorized in position like top or bottom, these places do exist in the same way. By that you mean the Seven Shoes did something simple a century ago. With the combined power of the Seven, they tore off a corner of the world, placing it at the boundary between the current Oxia and the sea, which is now Lankyu. With one person's death, they turned all the shadows in the world into a pool of death, allowing it to flow through the land and block the corruption of evil waves. In the end, they set the 7 nails, which stabilized the tributaries from this pool of shadows, preventing them from overflowing. This protected Lankyu and Oxia from being invaded. So, what if all the nails are pulled out? In that case, Oxia might not return to its former state right away, but the power accumulated in the pool of shadows could easily tear Lankyu apart. And then, what's in it for that dog? Does it hate Lankyu that much? As a creation of shadow, Duo won't suffer any harm from this. What if this isn't the whole story? If the power of the pool of shadows can nail a bubble universe, then can it be moved? More like, move like this? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. Oh, he wants this place to survive and our place to go. Wait, Coraline, could this be why Duo went to Oxia? So Duo took chance to leave its own target point, and is now getting ready to use the power of the pool of shadows to move the entire world? Again, jump scare by the way. At least Oxia and Lankyu's situation might be completely reversed, making the whole thing not so harmful. So, do you ever think the respective experience of the two worlds over the past centuries are unfair? Who knows? It's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. No. Though in a minute. But one of us can restore the nails, right? So, you're saying that so long as we constantly restore the pull-out nails, Duo can never achieve its goal. And during this process, we'll eventually catch it? Sounds like a simple manual labor. I'm afraid things aren't quite as simple as that. You mean the nail in front of us doesn't belong to Latos? No, it doesn't. His nail is the first one, but the shadow I saw just now was none of his 10 Facets of Misery, was it? Congrats, you've got a lead. In fact, it's not just this kind of connection. But if you look at the trace left by Duo, it seems to be using some power that can only come from the pool of shadows. This has nothing to do with the shoes. It only comes from Latos, or maybe the source. This is a problem. In terms of shadows, Latos and Duo could be regarded as one. They can wield the power of the pool of shadows much easier than others. Are there any other leads that support this theory? Not really. Perhaps you could ask the scholars in Oxia. They can see changes from another perspective. Okay. I'll contact Shen. Using the communicator on the Anchor Apocalypse, the group reported a perceptions theory to Shen. Well, they would! But this is what I'm going to be calling it for this episode. Of course, we will continue next week on the YouTube. For those on the Twitch, you know what it is. You stick around, stay around, because we have a second episode to record. Without further ado, though, guys, for Crunch Beats here on the YouTube video, signing off. Have a good night.